Hello everyone, welcome back on the second part of Speedrun. I read all the comments under YouTube's video and I see that suggested like, oh, 100 rating is actually very low rating, so I decide to restart it and we will start it from 800. The topics, again, for white we're gonna play Jobava London, and for black we will play King's Indian Defense. Time control can be 10 minutes instead of 15 plus 10. I thought it's just had more time to just explain to you more. But let's try to find actually best time control for us. And in this speedrun episode, I will try to play 10 minutes instead of 15 plus 10. We'll see how it will go. Okay, so let's begin. Game it started, and we have a black. So if actually he will play e4, not d4, I will just then play Alekhine defense, okay? So d4 happened and knight to f6. So if he wants to get King's Indian, we have to play knight f6, right? f3, okay. Look, now when he played the f3, we don't have to play g6 because obviously ideas of white playing f3 is to play e4. So in this case, we can play like a d5 just to stop at e4. I think it's just best options right now. So we just want to stop at his idea like a e4. We open light square bishop as well and see what's he gonna do. He can try play like something knight c3 with skip has the idea of e4. Then actually we can play c5 and d4, right? Just to attacking it. What else can white to do? Because they already played the f3, so king is weaker from this diagonal. So it's kind of like bishop to f4. What he can get? Jobava London, right? With f3 move, still e4 idea. I think because he's pawn on f3 and king is weaker, also knight f3 not an option, we can play something aggressive like a c5 move. And then queen a5, for example. So I think I like c5. So let's just play c5 right now. And if he takes, we will have like a check or knight c6, e5, which is probably even stronger because f3 is a mistake. e3. But it's not one of that type mistake when he's got losing position. He just a little bit worse, but we will try to get winning's position from that. e3. So he blocked diagonal. So if I will play, for example, knight h5, he will never have option get it back. But I don't like it. It's like a bishop and g5 in there. What else can I do? I can play knight c6. Very logical. Develop knight. And has a chance just to take. If queen b6 right now, white can play something like a knight to c3 and after take to have knight b5, which is probably losing for black. So I think I should just play solid chess. So let's just play knight to c6 and looking forward for maybe take and queen to b6 with double attacking on there. White can play something like a knight e2, but he decided to play bishop b5. Unfortunately, we are not winning the bishop because of queen e5 double attack, because of knight c3. We can try queen b6 and a6. What else can we try? Could be nice somehow to win this bishop, right? Like put some trap, but honestly I don't see how we can do that. So maybe really just play queen b6. I don't know, or just take first. So options, we have an options, right? If take, he has queen d4 and then bishop d7, for example. What an interesting position we have. Okay, let's try to take. Let's see what white actually will gonna do. Maybe he will take with e-pawn. Then I will try to play queen to b6. He took a queen. Okay, now it's still a pin right there. I can just try to play bishop d7 and take, and then somehow probably like a rook c8 c5 or e6 c5. That's I think good for us. So black has a 2 bishops advantage. We have a solid center right now. Also king is weaker, his king than mine. So I have a tactic, I guess. If I play c5 right now and he will take, I have an e5. So I think c5 is actually a very good chance to force him for a blunder. So if take, we have discover attack, move like e5 and attacking the queen. So our opponent actually blundered that, and we just playing the e5 right now. But it's not just that win a bishop. Actually, we trap a queen right now on c5. Look, queen doesn't have any safe square right now. So we just control everything. Every square of under our control. Unbelievable. So if he will take on d5, I will just take. If takes, we have takes. So black's position is completely winning right now. And I think in level like 700, people never resigning, so we could just keep playing this. Let's see. So maybe he's tried to find safety square, but soon he will recognize actually it's no safety square for white queen. Or he will just stall the time, right? Who knows? Probably best move for white is sacrifice the queen for a bishop and then take an on e5, but we understand no queen, no game, right? So especially when you just queen for a bishop. If queen for some like a rook and bishop, then yeah, you could have some chances, but not against just only bishop. He probably in shock right now because already like 2 minutes he's trying to find a safety move, but it's no safety move right here. Okay, that's poor connection. I thought he's disconnected, but that's a poor connection right now. Now I'm actually happy we didn't play like 15 plus 10. Okay, so let's go a little bit back because we don't want to just sit it here and spend an hour all the time and waiting when he will just go back, right? So first, it's a move f3. So f3, of course, the obvious idea it's a e4, but he could try to play like a knight c3, like a Joe Bavalona with the same idea, e4, yeah? So if you already played the e3, you take it the square from your knight, and which is worst, it's open the king from this diagonal, right? So after move a d5, we prevent this e4. I think I seen that some kind of like a gambit when it's still playing some. Oh, I can do that. Okay. Some like a e4 still being played, but after de and move some like knight c3, we can actually, I think, not even sacrifice it, but we can just try to hold that one. But he decided to play bishop f4, and this is positioned some kind of like not even London. It's more actually looks like a Jobava London, but with no knight on c3 yet. But if he will play knight c3, we can just transpose to that positions, right? So after move c5, if he would take, for example, dc5, we just will take it back. So queen e5 and then take, and because of, again, all of this, his problems because of pawn on f3. So e3 been played, knight c6, bishop b5, interesting decision, and just like make pin our knight. So I decided just take on d4 first and just have it move like a knight b6 there. Okay, after 4 minutes of calculation, he decided not to take even my bishop and just sacrifice the queen for free, which is even worse. So he just gonna everything sacrificing, or maybe he think I'm a cheater, who knows. Who knows, I'm gonna check. But if he will just check my info, he will see that's actually my account right here. We are not cheater, we are grandmaster. So castle. Yeah, black is completely win its position. And our opponent just stole the time. Okay, could be nice if you just resign. I think I will just cut it off a little bit from the speedrun for YouTube posted, just to not people will just Western just hold the time as he thinking like 4 minutes. Yeah. And we're now just finishing our game, so I'm trying like the fastest way to win. So include all pieces which I had right now. It's a queen, it's a bishop, everything work together. Knight d5, rook c8, and will just be a checkmate very soon. Yeah, so we can just play knight d5, like a fork right now. Bishop a3 probably. We can even try to take there after take check. King takes. Where is the checkmate in there? I can check queen g6 with double attack right there. I didn't see checkmate there. Okay, he would just play a3, so I take, he takes, I'm gonna play a5. Or take first and a5 right now. Try to open his king. So take, I will take on a5 and queen e2 checkmate next. And game over right now, right? So this game is actually over for him long time ago. Just wait, actually if he takes, I can mate in 2. Run 1 and 2. So let's see what he gonna do. People very toxic during the game, damn. He's special, just wasting our time. Wow. I understand, guys, how hard to you actually in these ratings to play. Now I understand it. So that's why I prefer play Blitz. Like to avoid all of that. Just you got winning position and his special is stolen just all the time. He's so upset he lost and like sitting and just stolen really just whole time. Wow. Yeah, now I understand. Now I understand. I feel sorry, guys. I feel sorry, really. He didn't give us actually time even to show something more, right? Because he blundered queen is too early. But I think after some episodes of the speedrun, we will get much more stronger opponents. Maybe who actually outplayed us, who knows. Also, we already met many cheaters in our past when we just play against 15 or 1600, even in Arena Kings, yeah, so I won't be surprised if we meet during this educational speedrun as well. So he just stolen last 20 seconds on his time, and he probably proud himself very much, but he will be in YouTube. Okay, king to c2, we can just simply take. If he takes, we have a check. Okay, finally, game is the end. He's probably proud himself very much because he just seated all 10 minutes and enjoyed himself. Very nice. We can congrats him. And now let me analyze this game with the engine and we'll show it to you. So move f3, as I said, idea e4, and best move for black, it's definitely to play d5. Just stop into e4. So also they could try to play e4 and get some sort of gambit like this, and then we can play just bishop to f5, defend the pawn. Some sort of compensation white will have, but this is not enough even for equalized game. So it's gonna be like black will be better, which we are so happy with. Black get position played better from the open, right? So he played the bishop f4 and we have to use it with break some center pawns with move c5. If he will take, again, we can play, actually here a couple ideas. I was thinking about knight c6, also queen a5, or maybe even a bd7, right? The same idea, e5, and then take bishop to c5. So probably I would play like a knight c6, maybe an e5, but queen e5 also not a mistake. Actually, Engine said that's a mistake because of some sort of move like queen d2, which I honestly not expected. Okay, take it back. But I would play probably knight c6 because knight c6 looks very good. So you stop at b4 and you want to play e5. So he played the e3. Knight c6 very logical. You are developing knight. You just attacking the pawn d4. And if he will play some move like knight c3, we have to actually prevent an a b5 jump with move a6 and then a threaten take and queen to b6. Bishop b5 was played, so I was taking cd first, and if he take, I want to play like a6 or maybe even bishop f5. But I was thinking about a6, force him to take and have this move for the next. But he just took it with his queen, so I kind of force him to take because bishop on d7 blocked the pin, and now we are threatening to win the queen on d4. So after take, pawn takes, I really wanted to play c5. So he played knight c3 and now c5. So that was like poison pawn, which he shouldn't take. But if he played something like a queen d3, black is much better position. So just queen to a5. Black has a two bishops advantage, and also we are better on the center. So technically we can say even maybe it's technically already winning position for black, but some sort of chances for surviving white definitely has because of material is equal, right? But he played the queen c5 and completely forget about move e5 after it's totally just collapsing everything and just that lost position for white, which we can stop our analyze right here. Okay, let's play one more, guys, game. Let's begin. And black again. So now e4, so King's Indian impossible because e4 happened, but we have Alekhine defense. So let's just play knight to f6. Idea of Alekhine just attacking pawn on e4, right? Okay, knight c3, and right now we already have option. We can play like e5 with transpose to the Vina, or play d5, which I usually play. It's a move d5, try to get some Scandinavian, French type of position. After, actually, I think in the lower rating players, usually they just taken everything on d5, which is good for us. d3 also good for black, so we're gonna just take, and if he take with knight after all trades, he will not be able to make some castle, but position will be equal. But again, we play in black, right, and get equals position. We are totally fine with that. So d takes e4, we have to take right now. If knight takes, we definitely will take pawn on e4. So king takes, and now we can think. So we can just play like a move, something like e5, which is gonna be position from I think Philidor even with no tempo for us. We can play a6, preventing jumping on b5 and then play knight c6. Very interesting idea, by the way, and I still like to play e5. Like open the bishop. If knight f3, we're gonna play maybe even bishop to g4. So he played the bishop g5. He wants to take our knight on f6 and try to double our pawns. What can we do? We can leave it and say like, yeah, okay, take it. I will be happy because I will take and just maybe play to c6 then. And we'll have two bishops advantage, which is very interesting. It actually looks good for me. I want to play this one. So just bishop to e6 and kind of like asking him, okay, wants to take? Please be my guest. Just take it. I will be fine with that. Take? I will take. What else they can do? White can play something like a knight to f3, I think, right now. Which after I probably gonna play something like a knight to c6. Okay, he just disconnected. What's going on with our speedrun? Our opponents always like disconnected or log in or something else. Okay, we'll auto resign in 5 seconds. Okay. Okay. Easy. That was easy. So let me analyze this game for you. So yeah, I know that 6 moves, but already some action happened, right? So knight f6, knight c3, d5, and d3. So d3 is not, of course, a good move because this allowed us trade queens, which we actually was happy to do. So just d takes e4, de4, trade everything, and e5. So which just allows me open the bishop g5, and now bishop to e6. And next, what I wanted to play, it was knight to d7 and long castle. So using our advantage of have a castle in, makes our position more comfortable and slightly better for black. Okay, that was just a 6 moves, so let's just play one more game. And black again, what a surprise. Third black in a row, d4. Let's play knight f6. Okay, e3. So it's gonna be some type of King's Indian, but not the standard idea, which I gonna play. Okay, h3. Okay, this is something which I have to already use like accuracy, right? So it's very slow move. So maybe it's good time for me right now break it center with move c5. I think we have to use that opponent play very slowly on the opening, so that's why we just playing to c5, knight f3. Kinda could be like a London, but bishop on c1, right? So let's just keep playing bishop to g7, keep playing as our plan, bishop on g7, then just castle. I think b6, bishop b7, that's what I want to... Or take and d6 and then maybe knight c6, e5. It depends, of course, what opponent gonna do. If pawn, wait, knight c3. Okay, that's not good, I think. So I can just play castle. I'm not sure I know what's knight doing there, right? We can play b6, bishop b7. What else we can do? We can play d5 and knight c6, which also looks very nice for black. And if take knight c6 and then e5, e4 threat. We can even take in the knight c6. So black has options and need to just decide which one I want to actually play, right? b6, bishop b7 looks very interesting. But I think could be more sharp position after d5. So knight e2, will be blunder a bishop. So castle logical. Now knight c6. If knight e2 again, it's going to be c4. And why I think maybe white will play knight e2 because they could say like, oh, there's some more pressure on the center, so I want to like support more there. But no, a4. Maybe a6 actually. A6 allows me what actually? It's allowed me not much. Also, if I play a6 dc, e5, e4, somehow I could be worse there. Wow. What else can blacks do? Black can play c4 and bishop f5. Actually good for me, that line. Wow, I'm stuck a little bit. Okay, let's use probably... Let's play... oh my god. Okay, let's play a6 as I wanted first. It's an educational speedrun, so I probably have to try to find the best moves, right? Not the most sharp move. So c4 probably best move in the position, but a6 it's like more interesting move, and position is gonna be more fun. So that's why I just play that. Okay. So now I can play e5, e4, d4, knight d7, knight c5. Still, I think position not worse for us, of course. So just d4, knight d2, knight d7, just take on c5. Yeah, I will show you best moves after that. So, but we got actually very nice because now after knight d5, and I can just win one pawn back and the second one. So knight d5, it's obviously mistake. Take, I will take, and then I'm gonna take also pawn on c5. Or even e4 right now. So if I take bishop a3, I have moved knight b4. Wait, e4, let's calculate a little bit. e4, bishop c4, queen to c5, bishop a3, knight to b4. I like move e4. Knight d2 in the end of the line. Yeah, I think e4 needs to play. Bishop c4. Take. Bishop a3. Knight to b4, knight d2. I was thinking about rook to e8 and then move like a e3. Some sort of. So take. Bishop a3, knight to b4. If take, knight d4, I could play like a rook d8, just pin it. I can play e3 right now. And if takes, I will take. But actually, I love to move knight d4, but I think after... Okay. Bishop a3 happened. Can I do something more interesting than just knight b4 move? Like sacrificing something? Nah, not really. So I should play knight b4 and block it. Okay, take. We open the diagonal for our bishop. Also e2, a threat. So now my queen is handed. I can play queen a7 and just make a face like, oh, I blunder. Bishop b4. Or I can play queen b6 and not actually allow to take on b4. So rook b1 is the final blunder by white, and e2 discover attack, and gonna take a queen next, and GG. Some actually dangers I could be there, yeah, if takes been there, but looks like everything it's okay. Yeah, I want to say I could say like, oh no, my knight, but then I see it's actually, if it takes e2, it's a bishop c5. But there, ed, and after takes, I don't know, queen b8, bishop, no, queen b8, no, but b6, take and take, I don't know, danger actually, very danger. And white just resigned, nice, very nice, white resigned, surprised. So let's just check this game now with just engine, d4, knight f6, e3. So it's not like worst position for white. No position is equal and very actually annoying. I don't like this play against because hard to win with black. So I just play this g6, wanted to transfer to some king's Indian's position, but h3 actually now allows me to play like a c5 and d5 lines. So quite a very slow move. So I could play even d5 right here, but decide to play c5. Kind of love d5, I guess, which I not even for some reason calculated, but I guess it's like bishop to g7 and sort of Benoni, which is good for me. So white even didn't play that. So bishop g7 again. If d5, it's like it looks like a very good version of Benoni some positions. Knight c3, that's already kind of accuracy, which I could use with move at d5, but I think castle good enough. And bishop to d3. Again, I think bishop on e2 also allowed to move like a d5, so both the same, e2 or d3. Maybe white could take, and after queen a5 just play bishop d2, but this is position more comfortable play for black than for white. We have central 2 pawns. We're gonna play it like d6 and then knight to c6, and we not understand what actually bishop do on d2, right? It's just blocking the queen on d1. So bishop d3 happened, d5 castle, and move knight c6, which allowed to take on c5, which I was discussed with you during the game, right? So what black could do here? We could play a6. We could play b6 for supporting, not sacrificing the pawn, or just play move like a c4 even right here. So after bishop e2, then play a6. Or we discuss, I guess, later after move knight c6. That was later, yeah. So in this moment, we could play like a b6 to have option play bishop b7, and if takes, we just simply take, controlling more space on the center as well. If b3, I guess, then just bishop b7 and knight d7, which also good for us. Position is slightly better for black. I mean, we can say just better, not slightly even, but just better for black. And then knight c6, and slowly increase our advantage, and I think we will be fine right here. So instead of, I played knight c6 and a4, which I not expected. I was thinking white would take and then just play maybe queen e5 or e5 even. But I was thinking queen e5, queen c5. What I missed actually knight b5. Okay, good miss, nice. But after knight e4, bishop d2, just queen to d8, right? So pawn is hanging there. Okay, some complications actually. Some complications. So c5, I don't want knight c6, not c5, knight c6. Not that good move, surprisingly. Wow. Wow. Looked like very logical, but not that good. Okay. a4. And here I was thinking to play c4. And after bishop e2, play bishop f5. Why I didn't play? It's because of g4. That's why I not played that move. I was thinking like a g4 and now need to go with back and then knight e5. So if taking, it's of course bad because de and pawn is handed on d5. So I need to play like an knight e4, and honestly I don't like these positions for black. I mean, just a take, then f4. I don't know how to win it. So I decided just not to play move like a c4. But best move by the engine recommendation, it's a e6, but I would never play e6. Honestly, never. I mean, it was not even in my mind. b6, okay, that's different. b6, some sort of sense we have. We want to play like a bishop b7, and we support the c5. So b6 is logical. But move e6, actually e6 and then b6. Maybe that's a key. Yeah, that's probably the idea, right? So playing this, and if take, it's knight to d7, and we support the pawn on d5. Oh, that's very interesting. So e6 wasn't in my mind because it's blocking the bishop. I didn't want to block bishop, right? So that's why I didn't play that. But I just play a6 to stop all moves like that and get more interesting position. So dc happened, e5. I saw it an e4 move, but I special went to this position because it's very sharp and very interesting. And if knight e2, I would have knight d7, knight c5. If knight a2, a recommendation by the engine because of b4, honestly, I'm not even calculated. But that's a blunder because I didn't see knight a2, so I missed the knight e2. And after a5, position is gonna be equal, but actually not better for us anymore. Wow. So by move knight a2, surprisingly, white is fine. Whoa. But knight d5 is blunder because now 2 pawns. So e4, of course, we need to open the bishop, and we are attacking, so making the pin. I agree. Pawn on c5, I should not take. I was pretty sure I should not take. Queen f5 looks more logical. Because I actually opened the bishop when I take a pawn. I would have option to take it just a little bit later. So queen f5 actually was better. So after rook e8 and then e3, black is winning. But queen c5, it's kind of danger. Knight d2, I should play rook e8, but I really want to just open the bishop for my open the bishop. So that's why I play e3, but it's not good because of bishop a3. And surprisingly, after all these trades and knight e4, oh my god, I'm losing. Oh my god. Okay, this is so weird speedrun educational because I didn't know I moved it right here. I didn't see a5. So grandmaster teach you how to play chess, but during the game he just blundered from completely winning his position to this one. Okay, very nice, educational speedrun. Don't forget to like the video, guys. Lol, a5, and I feels like something wrong with my position. That's actually a very good. It's actually a very good lesson, yeah. So even when you just win in position, you still have to be in full focus, right? And technically win the position. And never underestimated your just opponent, because I see, 800, I will just win like easily that. But look, I just blunder a5, and now after takes just a c3, and I'm gonna lose some sort of material right here. So just king h1, and now black's in problems. Oh, wow. What a game. What an interesting game we had. Yeah, but was rook b1, hopefully. And we just won immediately. Okay. I think that's a good lesson, actually, for both of us. I mean, for me and for you, viewers who is looking this video, that need to actually never lose a concentration during the game. And need to actually be always in focus, because if you feel you're winning, everything can turn around just for just one moment. It's a self-educational video. I agree, chat. It's a self-educational video. Okay, nice. All right. Wow. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. Next speedrun episodes, I hope quality of the game will be much better. But this shows like even grandmaster, we are humans. We just sometimes blunder in. Also, don't forget to follow and sub channel right below with in some feedbacks. What do you think about time control, about games? What should I change, and what should I improve in these videos? And see you guys next episode. Thank you very much for watching that.